LEGO's official UCS Millennium Falcon is too small. Let me explain why. It has to do with this component right here. And unlike almost all the rest of the ship, the cockpit is actually built out of a single molded piece, which means that the entire scale of the ship should be defined by this piece, but it's not. To figure this out, I took an image of a scale replica of the original Star Wars filming models, and I overlaid an image of the UCS Millennium Falcon. And what you can see when you do this and you scale the cockpit piece to match up with the filming model is that the body of the UCS Falcon is definitely undersized. So the question, of course, is how do we actually fix this problem? And there's really only one solution, and that's to build it all again from scratch. And that's exactly what I've done here. This is my custom LEGO Millennium Falcon. It features over 10,000 LEGO bricks. It weighs over 30 pounds. It has a custom welded steel frame, and it cost me over $1,700 to build. Alright guys, we've got all the LEDs installed and they're looking really cool. And now we're just going to go ahead and finish installing the rest of the panels. Alright guys, it is finally finished and it looks so freaking awesome. I've got LEDs installed into the cockpit as well as the upper and lower gunner ports and also the LEDs for the rear engine. The build itself is 36.5 inches from tip to back and 26.5 inches wide. It weighs, as I said earlier, over 30 pounds and it's got this whole welded steel frame holding it together. The frame definitely interferes with the possibility of a full interior, but the trouble I had with that is just the amount of flex that gets introduced with a model of this size. This is a relatively thin model given how long it is, and that limits the amount of structural material you can put into the Falcon once you get an interior in there. And so I've got a steel kind of a horseshoe going around inside here, and that keeps the Falcon perfectly straight and also at this angle. And I've also got some aluminum Technic pieces that go into the forks here that keep those properly stabilized. So because of the steel structure going through the body here, there's really only two main interior sections. And that's the main hold here, which is the interior that you'd be familiar with from the movie. And then I've got a bar in the back here. And the bar is not movie accurate at all, but I just thought it'd be funny. And I thought it kind of matched Han Solo's character a little bit to have a bar in the Falcon. I really don't know why he doesn't, but I fixed it for him here, so he's got a bar now. So I wanted to take a look at a couple of the features real quick. Just like in the movie, there's a hallway in between the gun ports, and there's a ladder so that if you look through one side of the port, you'll see straight through to the other side of the ship. And that's why I took special care to make sure that each side is illuminated, because if you look in there, you'll actually see straight through the Falcon. The other thing I wanted to point out is the slopes on these two sections right here. It's pretty common in replicas of the Millennium Falcon for this section right here to be completely level straight across, but that's not actually accurate to what the Falcon is supposed to look like. If you look straight on, you'll see that there's these angles here on either side, and so there's this kind of sloping shape on either side of the Falcon, and this is exactly accurate to what the real filming models look like. So I did a lot of research in coming up with the various design elements of this model. There have been dozens of custom Lego Millennium Falcons posted online in the last 10 plus years, and I've probably seen most of them. And what that means is that I really can't take credit for many of the specific design elements of this Falcon. My Falcon is unique in that it's the only one that I know of that is at this scale, but even so, I really do owe credit to a lot of other builders for various elements across this ship. So I just wanted to give credit where credit is due. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. If you like creative content like this, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button.